Hello, this is Team Los Polos Hermanos, and I'm Han Chao. And this team was having Steve, Guy, Jay, and Kevin as my other teammates. And for the story that I work on for this sprint, so as a Data user, I want to add label to an audio file. I also want to review my labels so I can edit them if needed. And I want to export my label to AWS to have them available through AWS Sample Storage, which calls S3. And as a data user, I want to use what files are available so I can label them. Next, the feature we completed, which is the spectrogram view label exporting to AWS, and also S3 object explorer and actions, plus label placements, label editing, label deletion, and lastly, it will be S3 audio spectrogram generation. And the thing that's not in iteration plan will be label data JSON to text file translations, and AWS Lambda events for database update from label exports, and also UI UX improvements based on feedbacks. Next, so the solution for Sprint 5 and what we plan to finish in the following features. So it will be GAN view navigation, GAN view zoom functionality, and GAN view audio file playback. And so what's coming next? In the Sprint 5 objective, obviously we got to do the GAN view we talked in the previous slide. And this is our following user stories we're going to have for this sprint, which is as a boiler data analyst or data labeler, I would like to see the anonymity score that happened during a chicken flock in the heat map so that I can determine the candidate audio files. And as a boiler data analyst or data labeler, I would like to access specific files within the abnormal score graph so I can check what's the different abnormal scale or score to determine for a particular flock. And the last slide, how to improve on our workflow. So we will devote Mondays for coding walkthrough, and we'll regularly contribute to the resource document we have in the team channel. And lastly, we will use GitHub project to be more effectively to manage our projects and tasks. Thank you.
Hey everybody, I'll be walking us through our production app so far after Sprint 4. So what we have so far is essentially our S3 bucket file explorer. So this allows us to actually maneuver through S3 and find whatever files you're looking for within a particular bucket. And these buckets are storage solutions from AWS. So as I said before, we could explore any of these folders we want. We could even search. But let's say I want audio. Well, let's go through the audio folder. Now, our file name is in audio. So, okay, we don't have more audio folders, but we do have other folders, and here is our audio. Say we only wanted to see audio. Going through this folder, and as you can see, they're all tagged in a certain way, where we could just search them as, their first tag. So, with that done, what we could do is actually open it up, wait for the loading time, and you can see that here we actually have our audio visualized in front of us in the spectrogram, and with pretty good pixelation as well. So you can see that we get really high resolution on these spectrograms themselves. And what we will do is actually play one. So that was a strange noise there. And with those strange noises, as a data labeling user, I would want to label that. So, yep, that's the weird noise there. So we'll put weird noise as our label. And this down here is no. And after we have that region done, we'll save the region. Click here, and we're good to go. That's done. And say we populate this with a lot more labels. Weird. Save. More weird. Save. We can actually then now export all this data with our export button here. And after that, we can just go back and start from the beginning.